right? Shout out to everybody. You guys know how this go, right? One thing we all adore, something worth dying for. There's nothing but pain. We stuck in this game. We're searching for fortune and fame. One thing we all adore, something worth dying for. Stuck in this game. All right, so this is the thing. Reports out there that D-Law, he want that bag, and hey, rightfully so, like I said. There is a thin line between making your money and not making your money in the NFL. It's so thin, it's so narrow, because you can go out there and one play can be snapped all the way up, right? You can lose everything. If you think I'm lying, ask Ryan Shazier or ask the other players that went out there on the field and put everything that they had out there to lose it off of one play. So one thing that I can say right here, Cowboy Nation, is that I deserve an apology from some of these fans out here. There's that law, man. What you know, man? And you know the Cowboys are wrong about this whole situation. No. They said if he was to sign the franchise tag last year, they will pay him this year. And guess what? They're in the art of negotiation of paying the D-Laws of the world. A 6-year contract for over, what was it, $20 million a year? That's what, $120 million. So that's a lot of cash. But he said, nah, fam, I don't want that. You're gonna be disrespectful, because anywhere within that money, the news is out there that they're reporting over $50 million. Now I agree. Trey Flowers got $56 million. Von Miller, shout out to Desoto on, and Duncanville on, and Desoto, all in this area right here, had $70 million, right? That was his guaranteed. And your guy Khalil, he got what? $90 million guaranteed. So at the end of the day, D-Law is saying, look, you can't offer me $56 million guaranteed. You can't offer me $70 million guaranteed. And dog it, you can't offer me $90 million. My stats in the last 2 years are better. So I want 94, 95. And this is where we come, you know. So that's just how life is. Let's look up the report. Really appreciate each and every last one of you all for tuning in to the nation. It's money. Money rules the world. We at an all-time high of making the most money ever in this world, right? We at an all-time high. I don't think that if my grandfather or my grandmother made half of what I made in my annual salary, man, it would have been like a mega jackpot for them. You see, and then on top of that, this is just how life is, right? We get into these situations where we want the bag, we want the money, and it's no longer about the talent, the skill set. It's all about the money. Money makes the world go round. The Athletic reported, and they're a credible website as well. And check out 105.3 The Fan. They got to be talking about this by now. Stephen Jones was honest about the contract talks between the Cowboys and their best defender, DeMarcus Lawrence. A deal nowhere to be close to be done, meaning that the negotiation is still in process. It is. Do I agree that the Cowboys will eventually pay D-Law? I would bet you my bottom dollar they are in the talk tracks of going ahead and paying the guy. But my thing is to hold up the whole entire time. Always been the guaranteed money. It's always been the guaranteed. It's nothing to do with the, okay, is it 20 million? Is it 19 million? Is it $5 million? It's about that guaranteed dollars, man. And the guaranteed dollars got to be north of 56, and it got to be north of $70 million. If Von Miller got $70 million guaranteed and it's stretched over 5 or 6 years, this guy D-Law, he wants more than that particular deal. Now, the Cowboys are on record saying that they're going to make him the highest paid 4-3 defensive end. Look at the statement, 4-3 defensive end, not 3-4. So I see a lot of people in the chat box saying, hey, just trade the man. You got to have a dancing partner to trade. And then on top of that, you got to have that shoulder done too. A lot of teams are not going to look at it, whereas they're going to say, well, I'm going to trade. I'm going to trust what you guys say. No, they're going to want that shoulder done. So that's the hold up. That's the hang up of everything. Visit theathletic.com to get the full Real Deal Holyfield story on it. And I'm going to highlight it and I'm going to put it in the comment box so that you guys can go to their website and check out the article for yourself. And this is how the world is, guys. It's crazy in the sense. I look. I'm all for team players. Believe it or not, I'm all for team players. I want the players to make the most money that they can. But it's all about team building, too. You cannot go out there and pay one end of the spectrum on your team and not able to utilize resources on the other end. Now, one can argue and say, well, he earned every penny. He earned every dollar that he's going to be able to get for the Dallas Cowboys. Yes. But what that would do is that would give you the glorification of your own Super Bowl, meaning that you will be the Super Bowl of just your house, but not just the Super Bowl of the team. You won't be able to get to the Super Bowl for the team. It's sad to say that, but that's just the reality of it. The salary cap in a hard cap league has crippled the league. It got us looking at it from a different perspective, meaning that if you pay somebody this amount of money, and which is very usable, if you spread the $20 million out over 6 years, yes, I get it, 120. But hey, I don't want 120 is what he's saying. I want that 142 million because Khalil Mack got 141. So it's crazy. DC Reefer says his last performance showed we need more on defense. Yeah, but I know tons of people going to say, hey, you can't just look at the last tape, Law. You can't. You can't look at the last tape. And then on top of that, Jerry Jones, remember 2 to 3 years ago, he was saying, hey, I want me a war daddy. I want a war daddy. War daddy was all over the internet everywhere, right? So that's the issue that we are up against. And let me see. Oh, free trial. I'm not going to pay for it. Oh, buddy, the Athletic trying to get that paper. Nah, I'm not going to pay for it. But you guys understand what I'm talking about, right? And don't look at it from a negative point of view from D-Law, and don't look at it from a negative point of view from well, I was gonna say the Chicago Bears because they inflated the market, but don't look at it from a negative point of view from the Cowboys. Look at it from, hey, they still negotiating. This process can become even nastier if some hard feelings and people get soft about it. It can become nasty about that. That's just how it goes, Cowboy Nation. It is, and I wish we can create some things that make it all go down easy, but in the reality of it, in the world, it just don't happen that way. All right, so let me see who we have here. Loving Air Reed says defense carried the team, and he was the major part of it. She said defense carried the team, and he was a major part of it. What if I told you for the last 4 or 5 games left in the Cowboys defense last year that Randy Gregory had just as much of an impact as D-Law? And I'm not trying to say that Randy Gregory is better than D-Law, but the last 4 or 5 games, you will look at Randy Gregory and say, hey, he was coming around the corner, he was turning the page, he was getting sacks, and he was able to create some pressure for the defense as well. So should we do all of what we can do to get Randy Gregory back out there on the field as well? I mean, it's a twofold system. I think that teams got to understand, yes, you can have one guy to be a major impact to your team, but if not all 11 guys on both sides of the ball, if they not all stepping up, then you will never win it. It takes a total team sport, because I'm just looking at it from this point of view. I love what D-Law can do. I love what Antoine Barbecue Wood did as well. I love what Byron Jones, and I love what Cheeto Awuzie, the LVEs and the Jalen Smiths of the world. I love all of their skill sets. But at the end of the day, it would not get us nowhere if you're relying on one guy to change and make everything happen for this team, as far as defensively. Dre the Great says the Cowboys lowballing. All right. I don't know about you, but they said that they was going to pay the guy. They gave him an offer, $20 million, stretched over 6 years, north of $57 million or $58 million, whatever it may be. I mean, in a hard cap league, it's a hard situation to say, man, you know what? They lowballing me because they're not paying me the crazy price that Chicago Bears are paying. Keep in mind, Cowboy Nation, the Chicago Bears, they don't have any Ezekiel Elliott. They got a rookie. Their quarterback is going to be on a rookie deal, who was a first-round draft pick who got 5 years opposed to 4. They already signed their elite wide receiver, so they cool with the wide receiver. They don't have to sign. They signed the Allen Robinson guy last year, right? So they don't have to sign an Amari Cooper. They good. They don't have nobody else to sign. Name me the Byron Jones on their defense as far as their cornerbacks. This contract is up. I think their corners is still young. Name me the opposite guy that they have out there on the defensive side of the ball outside of Von Miller. So it's hard for us to look at one team and say, well, hey, they paid this guy $141 million. Then everybody should be able to get paid $141 million that perform at that level on their prospective team. It's the old salary cap issues right here. We can have our love and adulations towards the player. Remember, it's designing and it's doing just that. It's separating the reality from the Cowboys fans. It's making Cowboys fans pick players over the actual team. And I understand that. And to me personally, I grew up loving the Michael Irvins of the world, the Alvin Hoppers, the Troy Aikmans, the Emmitt Smiths of the world, right? Well, we grew up loving those players. And the free agency period was just not entering in. Can you imagine if these players, the Jerry Rices of the world and the Rod Woodsons and the, who else I can say, Steve Atwaters, Ronnie Lotz, they've just been traded left and right. There will be no real love affair for the team. They will be like, hey, I'm a Ronnie Lotz fan. Whatever team he goes to, I'm going to follow him. Or, hey, I'm a Michael Irvin fan by only. I don't like the Cowboys as much, but I love Michael Irvin. I love his passion. Shout out to Michael Irvin. I pray that he gets everything going in the right direction. But I'm only a Michael Irvin fan. Forget the Cowboys. They did that boy wrong, you know. Or I'm a Moose Johnson fan. That's what the NFL salary cap has become. It became more of we are fans of the players, and we look at the players saying that, okay, the team is doing you wrong, but the reality of it is $188 million. You can only spread that out for so far. But it is what it is, Cowboy Nation. Let me know. Moves, yes. Perez, yes. Trade him for a first round. DC Reefer. If you trade him for a first round, it may be next year's first round, not this year, because they're gonna want that shoulder done. New England would have got D-Long traded, no questioning. Right now, and this is the thing. Whenever somebody mentions New England, I know. People are going to say, well, they got the greatest coach of all time, and they got Tom Brady. They are allowed the longitude and latitude. They like the Walmarts of the world, right? You go to Walmart, you like the shirt, and you say, man, this shirt is only $5 on the rack. Anywhere else is $15. Well, Walmart got the oil change place. They got donuts you can go get. They got so many things where they can offset the cost, and they can still make a profit. That's what the I'm about to say Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's what the Patriots been doing for years, right? There's no way, I bet you my bottom dollar, there's no way that if Chandler Jones was on this team or Jamie Collins was on this team, that we would have let them walk. There's no way. There's no way. There's no freaking way. We'll have a riot. There have been people burning down Uptown. There have been people at the Star at Frisco demanding that if somebody get beat up and beat down because they got rid of Jamie Collins or they got rid of the other kid, I just said his name, Chandler Jones. They'll think that we're crazy. But it's just how it is, man. Fever says we'll let get them, Law. Will they get them? I don't know, Law. I don't know, man. I don't know about this whole situation. It's crazy in the sense all we got to do now is just sit back, right, and relax and let this thing boil out. But the reality of it is that this guy want that money, and and the Cowboys are willing to pay him. They gave him off. Can you imagine? Let me just rewind it just for a quick second. Can you imagine if Chick-fil-A said, you know what, our customer service is supreme, but all of our revenue is now going to go to Wendy's. All of our revenue is now going to go to Burger King so that they can stay afloat. But the people that got the fans and the love and adulations toward your team wouldn't exist if it wasn't for the Cowboys. But nobody want to know the facts. They just want to know the comfortable lies. You take that salary cap off, I guarantee you, Jerry Jones will reach deep down in his pockets and pay DeMarcus Lawrence probably $180 million with 95, just like we live, guaranteed dollars. 95 million guaranteed. But we are bound by these salary cap. It's crazy.